This is going to be a rear shock install for 2012 Fiat 500 Abarth, but it should be the same for all Fiat 500s within the same age range. We're going to be installing these gas adjust KYB gas shocks. From what I read online, these are supposed to be comparable to the Konis, similar compression rates, I guess, but they are way cheaper. To give you an idea, Konis cost around 200 something. These were like $30 each. From what I read, from what I understand, these are not supposed to be for this car. They're supposed to be for Corvettes. But somebody figured out that these can fit because they're pretty much the same size, same compression rates as what we need. But the only thing is that these holes don't really work with our cars. So you are going to have to order extra parts. So these sleeves are going to go in here. We're going to have to cut them to size, and then that's what's going to give us the whole diameter that we need. So that's for the bigger one, and for the smaller one, looks like I'm going to have to use 4 of these in here. The whole thing, 2 shocks, and these cost me a little over $100. These are not the sleeves that I found in the original threads that I was reading, but the original suggested parts were not available, so I got these. And I'm gonna leave links to all this in the description below. Also, tools that we're gonna need. In addition to, if you watch my other video on how to install lowering springs on this car, it's gonna be the same tools, but I'm also gonna need probably a hacksaw or like an angle grinder to cut these down to size. Pretty sure it's gonna be a very easy install. If I remember correctly from my lowering spring install, I just jack the car up, undo the 2 bolts, pull them out, put the new ones in. They come pre-compressed with this strap on, so I guess the idea is pop these in, bolt them up, and then cut this. So we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, got the car in the air, got the wheels taken off. If you have questions about where to jack up and where to place the jack stands, refer to the other video for the spring install. That has a little bit more information about what I did. But it looks like once we got the wheels off, I have access to both of the bolts. So there's one right there, and then for the bottom, we have access to those 2 right here. So what I'm thinking is, I'm gonna take the jack, put it under there, just so it doesn't like spring down on me or whatever. And then I'm gonna loosen those and hopefully take it off. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna handle this one first. That bolt right there looks like it is a 14, and it's got a lot of points. So I'm gonna be using this socket, and like I said in the other video, you want to make sure you're pushing towards the bolt so it doesn't slide off and slip off. Also, I want to mention this ratchet. You can get it at Harbor Freight. It's freaking amazing. It extends, so you can get a lot of leverage, or you can make it small again and then get in tighter places. I don't think it's too expensive. We bought it many years ago, and we thought it wouldn't last long, but the thing's lasted through everything, and then we lost it, so I got another one. This thing's amazing. Okay, I got the jack holding this up. I got this bolt kind of loosened up. Now that the jack is supporting it, I'm going to take the bolt out all the way. Okay, I got this bolt off. As you can see, the thread is pretty long. So what I did is I just kept on unscrewing it, and then it came out completely. So now I have a sore arm, but it got out. And because I have this supported, it didn't drop too far. This just kind of popped out. So next thing is undo that bolt up there. I'm going to figure out what size it is and get that up. Alright, 15mm bolt, and looks like it's coming off pretty easy. That's it. The nice thing about these is top one and the bottom one, the other side is welded in, so you don't have to hold it or anything, you just pull these out. Cool. So shock is out, and now let's compare these sizes and see what we have to do. All right, now that I got both of these out, I'm looking at them, and the bottom looks like it's the same exact width, so we're good with that. I'll just have to put the sleeve in and cut this. Be good to go. But the top, nobody's mentioned this on the forums. This width is a lot wider than this width. What that means is when I have these in like that, this goes straight because the mounting point is right here. But this one, because the mounting point is further over, means it's going to be a little bit further to the right. So the angle won't be exact. And I don't like that. One person did mention that you would want to get a longer bolt because when you put this through, you have a lot of thread, but when you put this through this one, you have a lot less. So somebody recommended getting a longer bolt, but I'm not a fan of this being off to the side. So what I want to do is I just want to cut this off. I'm going to try cutting this off with a hacksaw, and that way it'll sit all the way to the right, and it should match this one. That's it. Woo! All right, got it cut off. Now let's compare it to the old one. So I cut one side off to match the old one. If we look at the mounting positions, that is pretty much spot on. So again, what I was trying to avoid is, because this mounts right here, so let's line these up to the edge here. If this mounts to those points, and then I have the new one also mounting to these points, it'll actually give me a different angle. What I want is that angle right there. Right there. Alright, so now looking at the old shock, strut, whatever, you can see how much thread it's got over here. Now that we cut this one off, we got a good amount of thread, so I don't even have to cut this side off. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna go ahead and install it. Alright, so this is now when I'm putting in these little spacers, because this hole had too much play. So I popped one in right now. I'm gonna pop in a few more. And my glove. Let's see, I think 3 should be good now. And now when we bolt this up, it's pretty good. There's still a little play, but again, you need a little play. You can't have it in too tight, you see? We're good. I think 4 would be too much because we would have to cut the other one. This gives us just the right amount. And I'm not cutting one of these, that's too much work. Alright, and we should be able to fit it in, no problem. Now, next thing is figure out the sleeve in the bottom and cut that down. Let's figure that out. Alright, for the sleeve, I'm going to stick it in here, make it flush over here, and then I'm just going to put this tape on this side, around. So now I know where I need to cut it. Just going to cut along that line, and then we should have that piece for our spacer. Alright, got this cut off again with a regular saw. I'm going to clean this up a little bit and then try it out. And if it's good, then I'm going to cut another one of these for the other side. Alright, there it is. It's good. Perfect size. Okay, I got this one in there, kind of finger tight. Now I want to get these lined up. So to do that, I'm going to jack up the whole suspension assembly and have it lift up to where I need it. little more. All right, go up just a little bit. A little more. Tiny bit more. A little more. A little bit more. There it is. Okay. I should be able to just tighten it in. Yep, it's catching. All right, that's it. So I'm gonna tighten this, tighten that, cut this plastic, and then drop it down, and then I'm gonna work on the other one. Okay, about to cut this plastic and see what happens. Hopefully nothing. We're good. Okay, I got the top and bottom bolt tight. I'll drop this down. There it goes. We should check for clearance issues around. We're good. It's all good and tight. One's done.
Shocks are installed. Longest part was cutting the metal.
Yeah, this
Right. Ours. Here's the new shock. Let's see if there's anything weird. I'm not seeing anything weird on that side.
no clearance issues.
No clearance issues. Same thing over here. It looks good.